I'm allowed to criticize Taylor Swift, and I don't give
a As you can see, F you, Taylor Swift, Megyn Kelly rips singer apart for backing Kamala Harris.
who gets upset. This is disgusting. If she wants to vote Harris Walz, she can do it all she wants. But to say the reason she's doing it is because of Tim Walz's stance on LGBTQ, F you, Taylor Swift. And F all of the people who want to see these children have body parts chopped off and watch them sterilized under the age of consent, and then will ride off to their multi-gazillion-dollar mansions, never to think of them again.
Never to think of them again. Hey, you gotta get with Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly gonna tell it how it is. And one thing that real people can respect is a real comment. That's not sugarcoated in any form of fashion. I don't believe. So shout out to Megyn Kelly for being direct on how she feel and her take of what's going on in the world and what this means for the majority that Taylor Swift decided to endorse Tim Walz and Kamala Harris. I do think it's an unfortunate situation. It makes me wonder, I'm losing it. It makes me wonder, did Taylor Swift know what she was endorsing? Or because the LGBTQ community is so large, that she felt that she was supporting them. So I think this is a good time for anybody in the LGBTQ community to comment below. Comment below on how you feel about Taylor Swift's endorsement. All right, make sure y'all do that. This is my entry to being back. I don't think I ever filmed or uploaded a video in the past 2+ years, maybe. There's been a lot going on, but the most important thing is that everything is getting better. So comment below again. I'm asking you to comment below again to let me know what you think of the quality, the sound, the look. Let me know how it's going. Let me know what I can do better, because I'm here to do better and get better. That's why I decided to take as long as I did, because I wanted to make sure that it was worth it. But back to why we here. Megyn Kelly slamming Taylor Swift. Taylor and Travis Kelce are the epitomes of elite snobs. You know what I'm saying? So let's hear some more about this. Let's get more acquainted with what's going on here.
Check in with Kathy Griffin and see how she's doing.
Now we're paying the price, and freedom isn't free, and we've been free. And technically, we're still a democracy. To be LGBT in America is not going to be a safe thing anymore. To be a woman in America will be even less safe than it already is. I know this will get me in trouble, but I really, really wish Taylor Swift had done an event with Vice President Harris, did not realize how racist and misogynistic America still is.
She's so dumb. She still thinks Taylor Swift is the answer. Taylor Swift would not have saved you, Kathy. You
heard it from the one and only Megyn Kelly. She is so dumb. Taylor Swift would not have saved you, Kathy. Let's hear why.
Have to change your insane politics and messaging and cultural behavior if you ever want to win an election again. The answer, you dumbass. Check in with Kathy Griffin and see how she's doing.
Now we're paying the
Let's hear the end again.
An election again. The answer, you dumbass.
Hey, on some real though, y'all let me know what y'all think. But Megyn Kelly, I lost the name. I lost it. But she's giving me somebody. And I'm going to tell y'all as soon as I remember. Hopefully I remember it soon enough. But like I said, it makes you wonder if Taylor Swift knew what she was doing by endorsing Tim Walz in his campaign. They say she endorsed him not long after the first debate ended between Trump and Harris. The singer released a statement that mentioned she was so heartened and impressed by Harris' decision to pick Tim Walz as a running mate. Walz has been standing up for the LGBT community rights, IVF, and a woman's right to her own body for decades, wrote Swift. One thing that I'm about is equality, but I think Megyn Kelly is trying to bring something different to our attention. So let's check it out. Let's see what she has to say. I don't think she's against equality. I think she's against what the agenda really is that's coming from Tim Walz.
She says the reason she's voting for Kamala Harris is because of Tim Walz's LGBTQ stance. Do you know what Tim Walz has done on the LGBTQ front? Let me tell you what's going to happen. Okay, here's what's going to happen. A little girl sitting in Wisconsin who's maybe on the spectrum, maybe has acne, maybe is a little heavy set, maybe feels upset because the parents are getting divorced, something like that, is going to find herself down a rabbit hole on Reddit. And her parents aren't going to know because they're getting a divorce and they're not focused on her right now. And she's going to spend hour after hour on that thing. And Reddit's going to tell her she's actually a boy. And she's going to get sucked into this gender cult. And she's going to say, Mom and Dad, I want puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones, which will sterilize her and deprive her of all sexual pleasure for the rest of her life.
You guys have to tell me, do you believe that? Do you believe that's how it gets started? The thought process of wanting to be something other than what God created you to be. Let me know. Let me know, do you agree with Megyn Kelly on this particular statement? But let's further hear where she's going with this.
Life. And they're going to say, no, we'll sterilize her and deprive her of all sexual pleasure for the rest of her life. And they're going to say, no, you're a girl. And she's going to say, but I want top surgery, this benign thing, this double mastectomy where I'll have tubes coming out of me and I'll never breastfeed a child. I want that too, because I'm a boy. And they're going to say no. And she's going to go to a judge in Minnesota. And because of Tim Walz, the court will take custody of her, use the Medicaid funds in Minnesota to provide her all of those things, chop off her breasts, sterilize her with the puberty blockers and the cross-sex hormones. And when this girl inevitably comes to the conclusion that she didn't want any of this, that it only added to her problems, which were the divorce and the acne and the puberty and not any trans issue, who is she going to go to then? This is all because of Tim Walz. That's what Minnesota is doing right now to little girls and boys, taking custody away from the parents so that they can have these procedures without any loving parent there to help. And that's what Taylor Swift just endorsed for your children.
Megyn Kelly has a point. She has a point. And I think the biggest point and the biggest thing we have to get from this, without all of the politics that come with it, is, does a child really deserve the ability to decide whether they want to be something other than they were birthed as? Or let me not say something. I believe that's the total wrong word. Do they believe? Do you believe, or does the world believe, or do we believe that children should have the ability to decide on if they were born as a girl that they want to be a boy, and they should have that ability to do so? Giving up your right to have children, giving up your right to be a woman again if you decide to change your mind on the fact that you're now a man. Something is in my head and it's extremely funny. But like Boosie said, don't cut the man off, man. Come on. Allow these children to become adults and make logical decisions. And if that happens to be the logical decision for them as an adult, then so do it. Shout out to the parents that understand. Shout out to the parents that are extremely involved. Shout out to the parents that support their kids 100%. But I think we have to just sit on the big question, is that, do they deserve to, go along with changing the puberty or changing the gender before their children become an adult? Does a child have that right to make the decision? I think that's huge, man. I think that's the biggest question we could ask here. I mean, that's a scary thing to be a part of, and I send all my, my heart goes out to any parent that has to deal with this thing, because that is a huge decision to make. And you're gonna take the fall for saying no, and you might take the fall for saying yes, because it's not just agreeing to your child not believing in what you believe in. It's agreeing to your child wanting to be something wanting to be someone you didn't birth or you didn't bring into this world. I think that's big, man. I think that is huge. Yikes. Yikes.
So screw you, Taylor Swift.
One thing I can say is that I hate that Taylor Swift get all the backlash for this. But when your influence big, it's hard to escape certain things. And that's just one of those things that's hard to escape. It truly is.
Taylor Swift just endorsed Kamala Harris. Taylor Swift, yeah. She posts a picture of herself with her cat. Would you look at this? You can, of course. You can kiss your sales to the Republican audience goodbye, Taylor. Hope you enjoyed them while you had them. I was so heartened and impressed by her selection of her running mate, Tim Walz, who has been standing up for LGBTQ rights, IVF, and a woman's right to her own body for decades. Oh my God. So this woman is fine with his plan to take custody of the children from parents who don't want them to chop off their body parts and put them in Minnesota court's custody so the body parts can be chopped off and they can be sterilized outside the custody of their parents. That's what led Taylor Swift to endorse him. Some lunatic dropped a note in my personal mailbox outside my house begging me not to boycott Taylor Swift, as though I have that power. I'm allowed to criticize Taylor Swift, and I don't give a shit who gets upset. This is disgusting. If she wants to vote Harris Walz, she can do it all she wants. But to say the reason she's doing it is because of Tim Walz's stance on LGBTQ, F you, Taylor Swift. And F all of the people who want to see these children have body parts chopped off and watch them sterilized under the age of consent, and then will ride off to their multi-gazillion dollar mansions, never to think of them again.
Hey, she said it best, because I was just trying to find the best way to say it. But to make this decision under the age of consent, that's doing something to my heart. I mean, that's a scary thing. That's a scary thing for, to endorse somebody who is going to give kids the ability to make their decision to change their gender. Yikes, is all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say about that one, man. Unfortunately, the ball is not in their court, I still struggle with the fact that Taylor Swift knew what she was doing when she did it, but she paid to do it. There's so many different things or circumstances that can come with this type of thing. But shout out to Megyn Kelly for being bold enough to take this stance to talk about what she believes in. In boycotting Taylor Swift, I still think, like I say, I just struggle with the fact of, her having such a big influence in saying something so I wish I had the right word, right? But that's huge. That's huge. Because I don't think there's nothing wrong with being a part or being for the LGBTQ community. They're a huge community. They request equality. I enjoy equality, but to be a part or endorse someone who wants to do things with kids' body parts or give kids the ability to decide what they want to do with their body parts under the age of consent, it's a big deal. And I think that it definitely needs to be taken more seriously. And I think that's the frustration that Megyn Kelly has. I think that's her frustration, man. Let's see what else she's saying. Let's see if I got one more video I could provide.
That's your question. Why are people telling me to ask you that? And do you think Taylor Swift, who apparently endorsed Carmela Harris just the other day, will have, I know, I'm not here to endorse Taylor Swift, trust me. Will this have an effect? What's the significance of this?
I don't know whether it will have an effect. I mean, supposedly some 350,000 people have rushed to some website to register to vote or to express interest in potentially doing that. But young people don't generally vote. And I don't think people who at this point in the election cycle had not registered to vote are not going to do it because of Taylor Swift. But let's set that to the side. Screw you, Taylor Swift. This woman has got she's a billionaire. I saw her amazing mansion in Rhode Island. I went to some hotel there, and there it is up on a cliff. You've never seen a more beautiful home. It's one of what, 20? She's got so many gifts thanks to all of you. Thanks to your daughters, who you probably had to drag to her concerts, and you want to make your daughter happy, and so you did it. And it's true whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. And how does she thank this nation? She turns around. Not only does she pick a side in a hotly contested presidential election, alienating at least half of her fan base, but she says the reason she's voting for Kamala Harris is because of Tim Walz's LGBTQ stance. Do you know what Tim Walz has done on the LGBTQ front? Tim Walz, let me tell you what's gonna happen, okay? Here's what's gonna happen. A little girl sitting.
And there you have it. Because we know what's going to happen. And if you don't know what's going to happen, make sure you check out the beginning of this video. It'll tell you all about it. It is a sad story. It is a story that probably has become true. I do still want the LGBTQ community to comment below to let me know y'all take on this. How do y'all feel about Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala Harris? What's the difference in her voting for Kamala Harris or Trump? Why is it a big issue for can't think of the word, but why is it such a big issue on Taylor Swift? Why is the beef with Taylor Swift? You know, it can't be none other than her influence. And when you have a big influence, you have a big responsibility. That's a little Facebook post. Make sure you go post that, and hyphen InAVeeCoop in there. For real, big influence, big responsibility. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't come on here with the negativity. Enlighten me. That's the best you could do for me, is enlighten me. Let me know what you believe in. Let me know what you think. Also, again, I am back. So let me know what you think of this quality. Let me know what you think of the sound. I know I got a low soft-spoken voice, so don't go in on me too much on my ASMR voice. You feel me? But yeah, let me know what y'all think of everything, the sound, the quality, the look. Let me know what I can do better. Give me some pointers. Send me some requests. Let's go up, 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 up. Because we here. All right. Till next time.